Boom. Okay. Problems for the camera. Jago, give us a wiggle.
I'll give you a wiggle.
Steve's giving us a wiggle. We got problems. Oh my God. Everybody good? Good. See what happens, folks? It's live TV.
This is live as it gets.
It's as live as it gets. Grown Man Record Night.
More live than live.
Grown Man Record Night 1994. This is what we're doing.
Relive.
1994 live.
Liver than live.
What year is this?
2004.
2004.
Teen.
There we go. Grown Man Record Night coming live to you Friday night. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for staying with us. We know it's late. We waited late to do the show. It's 11:45. I had some personal problems. I got some personal problems, but I take care of it the only way that I know how. I can't believe we've not done this yet on the show at this point, but I'm drinking a 40 tonight, Steve.
Ew.
I got a 40 of OE.
Is that glass?
It is the unbreakable, shatterproof as they call it.
Plastic.
I've been saying for a couple of years we should do a 40 night to keep it real here on the program, and I've been drinking a lot of 40s here lately. Just
today.
Just today.
A lot of 40s.
And a little OE. Nothing keeps it more real. Realer.
The OG OE?
The OG OE. 40 OZ.
This thing's still...
Yeah, you know me.
Mic check.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're ruining it.
You better save some of that. You got a long show ahead.
That's just apple juice.
I know. It's all props.
It's all prop.
Water and apple juice.
Props. Get that out of my face, son. Get out of my face. Grown Man Record Night, your favorite live program. We do the shit live on the Ustream every Friday night. For crying out loud, we're almost up to 300 subscribers. We may have lost some subscribers. YouTube's weird. It looks as if some subscribers have left on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe they have.
There's still about 1 million people watching.
We're polarizing. We're a couple of polarizing dudes. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want that getting on the air right there.
We don't want that getting on the air. Take it off the air. If a syringe is getting on the air, it's no syringes are getting on the air. That's what I said before. We mentioned it. But this is the place. This is the place where everything goes down. Here on Grown Man Record
Down the
Night.
tube.
Down the tube. My life goes down the tube here every week. If you don't believe it,
I got a new shower put in this week.
you got a new shower. Yeah, your whole shit like fell apart.
I had nowhere to shower. The shower closet has a leak. The other shower, we wore it out, and tiles were coming off. So I had to break down and actually spend some money.
Was it real expensive?
We're happy. Yeah, it was real expensive.
But you got it taken care of.
Got it taken care of.
So it was, one of those things like, hey, just, you got to bite the bullet.
Yeah, you got
and hopefully you won't have to bite the bullet again for another 10, 20 years.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
That's grown man stuff.
That's grown man stuff. The grown man stuff I did, I took Friday and Monday off, cut some trees. I got some real bad.
I'm glad you're covering
that. I got some real bad poison oak all over me. It's terrible. I went outside and took down trees and threw them in a pile. And I was wearing overalls and fingerless gloves.
Fingerless gloves, like our friend.
Yeah, I was wearing fingerless gloves like a singer in a metal band, and then I get happy.
Can I get some more echo? Echo.
Yeah, and somebody in the VC that does that. I ain't gonna name any names, fingerless gloves, but
you know who you are.
You know who you are. Oh wait, I get a telegram in.
A telegram? From Western Union?
Right into my IFB.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, It says go fuck yourself. What's this pepper for, Jay? Jay's bringing in pepper. Because?
What happens when you add that to Old English? I know what happens when you add salt.
I put salt in OE.
I saw that.
Take the bitter out.
Had a volcano in here.
Yeah, hey, check it out. Next week. Woo! Next Friday night is going to be Friday the 31st.
Oh.
A.K.A. Halloween.
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve. And it's going to be on a Grown Man Record Night. So we're going to do some crazy shit. next week, folks, if you're not going out and trick-or-treating or bag snatching, taking stuff from kids.
Well, if you're out trick-or-treating at 11:30 at night, I think they've got a problem.
That's true.
You're nothing but tricking.
Kids don't deserve nothing no how, so go take it from them. This is the campaign for you to go out and you see kids in your neighborhood, shove them over,
We're
grab
taking
their
it back.
bag.
We're taking it back.
I'm a grown man.
This is the year you take it back.
I'm a grown man. I like Reese's Pieces. Screw off. I'm taking yours.
I like Zagnut. No, I don't.
Zagnut. Because we're trick-or-treating in 78.
Right.
Maybe I'll get $100,000 or a chunky bar while I'm at it. I like chunkies now.
I bet you do.
Chocolate and fruit. You can't go wrong with that.
Wait, is there fruit in Chunky?
Rablins.
Rablins in the Chunky?
Yeah, raisins.
Thinking of Toblerone?
No, Chunkies have raisins in them.
Okay. Maybe some of them do.
Chocolate and fruit. Yeah, or Rojas. Hey, I want to talk about a cool thing that happened, speaking of the VC, this week. Our good buddy Karsten in Denmark sent me a thing that said DCLT.
DCLT.
DCLT. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And it was a link. It was like an IP address, like a number link.
Uh-huh.
And a login and a password. And I looked at it closely. I'm
Like a server number?
yeah, like a server number. And I'm
Okay.
like, did somebody send me like an automated message and it's
Or dick pics or something?
and it's a vira. It could be a vira.
Oh, Vira. Yeah,
Vira.
Gotta watch out.
Multiple viruses. Viruses, or vira.
Virasu?
Virasu. Mooses. Mises. So I was skeptical. I clicked on the link. I entered in the business. Carson had hooked us up with some digital files.
He give you a PW?
He gave me a PW.
Okay.
And logged in, and it was a bunch of cool shit I'd never heard of. Stuff from over in Denmark. A lot of bands I'm not familiar with. It was like a zip file. So since it's so expensive for over there to send like VCLT over,
It's ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, I love a lot of people in the VC, but I ain't gonna spend $50 to give it to you. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe for a contest, okay. But like, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, bro, here's $50
So
worth
if you're
of shipping.
spending $50 to give it to you,
Let alone what
that's maybe somewhere down on the corner or something.
But not alone. I mean, that's not even taking into consideration what the records actually cost.
Yeah.
Just the shipping. And I know going from Denmark, just the shipping would probably be $50. Now you're talking, if you've got $20, $30 worth of records you're sending somebody $80 worth of baloney. That's a little difficult for our friends over across the pond. So he's developed this thing, DCLT. I don't know if he developed it. Sounds like he developed it. Giving him
Might as
credit.
well.
You are now.
You got here
Carson?
first.
You're numero uno now. Trademark. But they so anyhow, he sent me a lot of cool shit from Denmark I'm not familiar with. I downloaded a zip file, a lot of cool files. Really nice idea, and it's something I would like we should do back for some of our friends. And put some stuff on like a server and some of our favorite jams and some stuff that's maybe a little harder to get.
Yeah.
And do some high quality files and send them out so people can enjoy about them. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think that'd
That's
be cool.
a good idea.
That'd be a good thing to do. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
What do I know about it? I tell you what. Let's talk a little bit about what we played this evening.
There used to be something like that called Bitstream. It was very
or
file sharing.
Napster or Emule.
Emule, that's the one.
Yeah, I think Napster.
That's the one that I was
Metallica actually sponsored Napster, and they said, "Go steal all of our shit.
Yeah, they sponsored Napster.
Go steal all of our shit because we're a bunch of whiny little bitches." I'm gonna go to a therapist because I don't know how to manage my millions of dollars into my feelings. I don't know how feelings equates millions of dollars. I'm gonna ride my motorcycle and cry about it.
And then make a documentary about it.
And then make a terrible album. I'll just make a terrible album. And I like Metallica. Some of it.
Yeah,
Some of it. Until you turned into a bunch of pussies is what happened. I'm sorry. I feel as grown men, as a program called Grown Men Record Night, it's our responsibility to let our friends, our e-friends, and our real friends know where, all right, take it easy. You ventured into pussy land.
Fair enough.
Seems to be our responsibility.
Fair enough.
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about what we played. I actually had this on the table from. I spit all over it. That's why I got a jacket on it.
That's why you jacket on.
Jacket?
J for jacket. Any Sesame Street fans?
Take the coat off and the jacket.
Jay? Queens of the Stone Age, first album. This was on the table from a couple nights ago. Didn't mean to leave it on there, and then when I looked and I was like, oh, it's on there, so I'll start with that. Yeah, crotch. Jay, look at the back of that. Show the back picture. He's wearing a Dare t-shirt.
You say Derek T-shirt?
Dare.
Oh, Dare.
Old Josh Homme,
Yeah, somebody's
Having a
dad.
beer?
Wasn't somebody's dad part of Dare?
maybe. We won't get into that.
That was the cameraman's dad.
Maybe.
Cocaine shirt.
A cocaine shirt? He has a cocaine shirt on it?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't endorse hard drugs, nor
No,
soft drugs,
no.
nor prescription drugs,
No,
or over-the-counter drugs.
no.
We don't endorse any of that. Get you some garlic and some tea leaves. Rub them. Find your lymph nodes. They'll be the hard section that's about the size of your fist on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
That's your lymph node area. Take
push
you
it.
some garlic, muddle it up, take a little water, a little club soda.
Okay.
Little club soda. See that bubbles. The bubbles give a nice
Any butter?
course. And just rub it. You rub it all over. You rub it all over the back, and it helps. It helps.
Don't do this.
It'll help. It'll help you with TH. It'll help
It
you,
will help you.
and your cholesterol will go from 180 to 720 by 480. Hey, don't talk about it. Be about it. Last week in the dig of the week, when I didn't go out to the record store, I talked about the Jeremy Steig album. Steig?
I don't
Steig?
know. I would say Steig. E before I, German-looking thing.
Yeah.
It would be Steig.
Monument. Flute player
It's a
that.
big effing flute he's playing.
Yeah, it is. He's the
Look
one
at the
that,
size of his flute.
he had an accident where he had to play a special
So
kind
is
of
he
flute.
a little tiny guy or is he a big flute?
No, he had an accident where he had to play a special modified kind of flute because that part of his body was like paralyzed. or some kind of shit.
Modified flute.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. We talked about it last week when you were absent. And also mentioned he did the, I think, Sure Shot. It's either Sure Shot or Root Down. Beastie Boys. Sure
oh,
Shot.
yeah, that's the guy. We hear the flute in the Beastie Boys song.
It is not. It's on a different album.
We throw it away.
But I was really pissed off. I talked about it last week, put it on, and it's a really great album. And the SOB started skipping on me. Like a song and a half into it, just started, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah,
So I put on another one I talked about in
It
Dig of the Week
happens, it
last
happens.
week, which is James Brown Plays New Breed. Now, this is on Smash Records. The crazy thing about this
What's
record,
New Breed?
this is instrumental. James Brown plays keys on this record. There's no
What?
Hey!
James Brown plays keyboards?
Dogs it. It's awesome.
Really?
Incredible.
Does he
But-
really play keys?
Jazz
Yeah.
piano.
I never
Yeah.
knew he played keys.
But it's not even like, I mean, it's not remote.
it funky?
It's funky, but it's a funky jazz album.
Have I heard this before?
Maybe. I think I've played it a couple of times on the program.
Huh.
But it's great. It's really good. But it's not the living in America.
Right.
That's a bad example. Hand in hand.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky IV, though. That's why I use that one.
Okay.
If he dies, he dies. Ivan Drago, man. He's training. He runs around. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. He runs around that track. You missed Rush 2112, Steve.
I did.
I played this Rush, my favorite Rush album.
Huh?
We got
I
a little
love
loose, played a little
2112.
Rush kind of early.
Did you play? Oh God, yes.
Little
Did you play the first side?
first side,
Yeah.
all the way
Well,
through.
both are good. I mean, Passes to Bangkok's one of my favorite Rush songs of all
Yeah.
time.
You-
But the 2112 Overture and all that's just fantastic.
The whole
In fact,
side.
I've envisioned shooting a story, telling the story of Anthem, which is the Ayn Rand novel that this is based
Stop motion.
on. But it's a light instead
It's
of
an
a
Ayn
beat.
Rand thing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, me and Mr. Bananas were talking about.
Yeah, Neil Peart was a huge.
speak up,
he
Jay.
reads a
You know,
lot.
Steve's telling a story.
Neil Peart reads a lot, and anthem is a story of a guy who discovers a light bulb, takes it to his elders, and they shoot it down because they wanted to keep things the way they were, the status quo. Which is the same story of this, but it's a guitar and music instead of light.
Huh.
So it's fantastic. But
That's out there.
it's a short story.
Well, me and Mike were telling the story before you got here. Not the story, but I got the on the record store that I got All the World's a Stage for $0.25, but it only came with one of the 2 LPs, and it was one with 2112. But it's in like pristine condition.
Oh, wow.
And 2112 though on that live recording is fantastic.
Yeah,
If any
yeah.
of our
Oh, yeah.
Viewers can get that.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely worth it.
Hell yeah, man. Speaking of that, Jay and I were talking about drummers and jazz drummers, and he picked up a lot of jazz this week and the past few weeks, and something about he picked up a Buddy Rich record,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Jay picked up a Buddy Rich record, and I'm like, man, I actually picked up. I asked him if he'd ever heard Rich versus Roach. Got this shit for free in a record store. Had a free bin out front.
Free
It's on Pat.
outside of earshot.
No, Pat and Renolda.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, this is. Look
What's
at
wrong
it.
with that?
Look at it.
What's wrong with that record?
Nothing. It's a little poppy,
It's on Mercury.
but it's Buddy Rich versus Max Roach. So it's the bands and lots of drum solos. Like, yeah, a lot of snare solos. A lot of like, da 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 da. Take that, and then the other guy right back on the snare. Really cool. Have no idea. Has no business being out in the free band.
Well, you are glad it
Well, I'm just trying to get rid of everything. That's what Pat says. Next, we played a little VCLT from our good buddy Scott Brownell, a.k.a. Scotty Strickland. He sent us the old Plastic Surgery Disasters, a Dead Kennedys album several weeks ago, months ago, years ago. I have no idea. I'm not really into Tom.
This is when I came in the room.
This
I
is-
heard you were playing Dead Kennedys.
Man, and it's awesome because it's got my favorite Dead Kennedy song, Forest Fire. Think I'll start a forest fire. Look at that picture. That's one of my favorite pieces of art right there. One of my favorite photographs on the back. Yeah, so the water tower with the smiley face. That's actually in Natural Born Killers. I remember that. That's the first place I remember seeing that. Maybe I don't know nothing.
You're
Do
not
I?
in town though, like Carl.
Do I know something? I know somebody. Followed that up with a little J Dilla, JD Donuts. Why? Because it's a good freaking album. Bossman hooked us up with it, and I like playing it as often as I can. It's a double LP. I love every side of every piece of this record. And it's a piece of hip-hop history. He's one of the samplingest wizards, I think, and producers ever. Or, I don't know. For me, it strikes a chord
Oh,
in
I
me.
love that record.
It strikes a chord in me. I think it transcends a lot of different people, a lot of different people that aren't really necessarily into hip-hop. Kind of,
Isn't that the guy that was dying and his mom brought him records?
yeah, he was dying in the hospital, and
He
his
had
mom
his,
had a sampler, and his mom brought him a sampler and kept bringing him 45s, and he would like load him into the sampler up in the hospital bed, and man, he really knew the deal. Now, Steve, you got a little bit about this record you want to enlighten us on.
Yeah, I brought this just for because that's kind of topical, I guess you would call
Right.
it. This is Spirit, the self-titled, I guess it's their first album on
Uh-huh.
Ode Records in 1968. A very nice psych rock
It's
record.
a great record, man.
VC
VC loves Spirit.
Well, it's in
especially
the
this
news.
record.
They are suing Led Zeppelin for their use of the little riff in Taurus,
Yeah.
the song Taurus.
That's why we make sure we heard
Which,
that.
I don't know if we can hear this, but I'm going to go ahead and just play you the stupid, you know. That's really the only part in the whole song that was stolen,
Yeah.
but it certainly feels like it was stolen. You know, and there's people looking at it now, and I guess a judge in, I think it was Pennsylvania, like said it was okay to pursue this. Whereas I think the initial reaction from across the pond is, you know, it's not our you're not in our jurisdiction, so
Right.
we're going to ignore that basically. But I read an article on Forbes.com from a guy who broke it down
Interesting.
legally,
Yeah.
and it's interesting the way he talked to how judges and how courts see it, you know, about being Was it copying? Was there access to copying? And how closely does it resemble? And of course, there is access to copying. Spirit and Zeppelin played together the day after Christmas in '68, and 4 other dates in '69. And this is probably right after this album was released.
Legend has it like if you were kind of paraphrasing this thing about how the shit went down, Page is all effed up. Spirit's doing their sound check for several nights in a row.
Well,
he
sure.
hears this riff, and then all of a sudden Page is like, "Oh man, this is a great riff," and he plays this riff.
Well, what'll probably happen here is they'll probably just settle out of court.
They'll pay him. They'll pay
Zeppelin's
him
done this on at least 4 occasions with Whole Lot of Love.
Yep, of course.
Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, and Beatle wrote that song. I think it was Beatle or Beatle. The Lemon Song, which has all that, down on this killing floor, which is, I think, either Howlin' Wolf or I can't remember.
Yeah.
And Dazed and Confused, which was, I can't remember the guy's name.
So they're known for kind of,
But
at least, if not lifting, borrowing.
Oh, they were in a New York club when they heard him sing Dazed and Confused, and it's a different folk tune that he turned into such a great song. The thing about Zeppelin is they always stole stuff and then turned it into this amazing thing that's hard.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, you stole it, but God, it's so amazing.
They deserve something from it.
If you
but
look
they
on
just,
the credits on Physical Graffiti where they sing In My Time of Dying, In My Time of Dying is a great song that they did, but hell, it's on... But if you look, it says, Page, Plant, Bonham, and Jones, and that's the credits on it. And it's on Dylan's first album.
If they would have just given
that was 61
credit,
or 62, and he didn't write the song. It's an old folk
I
song.
think that's the beef. It's
Just
not
give
that
credit where credit's due.
Yeah, they didn't. It's not that you lifted it. It's that you didn't give credit. You gave credit as if you wrote it.
Right.
When they listed Page, Plant,
so that's
Bonham.
why I brought that, and of course.
Yeah. But it's a great, that Spirit album.
Yeah, that was fun to listen to.
I know it's a VC favorite. Every time I listen to it, it's one of those, I don't like that name. That band name bothers me. Spirit, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's like Little Feat. Every time I hear a Little Feat album, I'm like, damn, this shit's good. Why don't I own more of this? I'll tell you why. Because the name is effing stupid. That's why.
Little Feat.
That's why when I see it, I'm like, oh, Little Feat. Bump, bump. Petite feet, feminine step. Sounds like a lady when he's walking in the room. That's what I think of when I see Little Feat.
Yeah.
That's just a stupid name. And every time I hear it, I'm like, damn, this is good. Who is this? Little Feat. Oh, shit. Why don't I own that?
Yeah.
Because their name's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pick better names. Pick better names. And the last album we played before we came into the program this evening, because we've been talking about, there's a new Promise album out.
Yeah.
The Promise and the Chocolate Factory. Is that what it's called?
It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Promise and Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
It's based on the music of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Right, and they've released 5 golden records.
That's kind of a cool thing.
Where you get free Promise tickets for life.
If you have one
If
of
you
the
get
five,
the golden
one
one.
of the 5.
Otherwise, you get chocolate brown vinyl, like chocolate
Sweet.
brown. Yeah,
Can you eat it?
probably.
I probably can.
You get high enough.
You can even eat the dishes.
Probably. But I've heard a little bit of it. It sounds pretty cool.
Is there anything in that album that tastes like licorice?
Oh, maybe. So we listened to a little Frizzle Fry, which I got from the Best Buy sale from about 6 months ago. And because of that, we're going to take us a little show. We're giving our old buddies a Pop-Off a break tonight, and I'm bringing in some D'Amore Zambuca, because I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. And so,
Zambuca.
hey, Zambuca. Hey, Jay, hold this guy up. Look at it. I picked up this Zambuca. Hey,
It's
fuck you.
It's a Greek, not Italian.
It's Italian.
This is Italian.
Uzo is Greek.
Well, sure.
Sambuca is Italian.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, yeah. Fuck are you?
Oh, it's so good, baby.
My pasta.
Oh, I could just... It tastes like black jelly beans. And for an old country boy, it smells like plastic damn worms. If you're a bass fisherman, anise is in that anise is in the damn plastic worm. So you open up a brand new bag of plastic. That's what it smells like. So it tastes like black jelly beans and smells like bass fishing.
Okay.
So it don't get much better than that. In this old country boy's book. 3, 2, 1. Edit. All right. What's on the rundown right there?
I don't know.
No? You don't know what we're going to do after that?
How about the dig of the week?
No. Hey,
Hey, I got something to tell you.
what's that?
You guys hear about Taylor Swift releasing a single?
Oh, yeah.
She's got an album coming out, right?
Okay.
She released a single, and it was on iTunes Canada. I don't know what happened here in the U.S. This happened in Canada. She releases a single on iTunes Canada. It happens to be a glitch. It's 9 seconds of white noise. That's all it is. It's like shh for 9 seconds. Well,
Glitchy titties.
however, so many people bought this track that it went to #1 in the Canadian charts. It's the #1 Canadian chart was this
white
Taylor
noise.
Swift's glitch. And some people were like, "Is this supposed to be like the sounds of the ocean?"
It's avant-garde, man. It's avant-garde.
I don't think. Not for Taylor Swift.
Speaking of avant-garde, wanted to mention tonight on the Free Music Archive shit we're playing underneath this. I hope it's mixed down the way it's supposed to be so you can hear it. But we started out with some Apache Tomcat. We're playing our surf playlist. Jay, too much. All right. All right. Jay's ruining the show. We're starting it all over. Apache Tomcat's on here. There's some other great people on my surf playlist. It's all free shit from Free Music Archive. Look it up. I don't know.
Spike.
It's
Salvation.
It's under garage shit. I don't know. Just look it up.
Find it.
I don't feel like talking about it
Go
right now.
explore something.
Do something. I can't do everything for you. We can't just spoon feed you all your music. But go look up there. Just
I got to pee.
for Jay's peeing. For Christ's sakes, bump set Salvation.
You know that South by Southwest announced their first lineup for 2015 this week.
Already?
Yeah, just like yesterday. They listed. You can go to sxsw.com
Yeah.
and you can see the list. It's 170 acts from around the world. That's the cool thing about South by Southwest. It's very international.
Absolutely.
And I don't know 80% of the names that I see, which is it's a good thing. I mean,
sure.
You know, you see those. A lot of times you see festivals, you see those same names over and over and over again, which is, that's what the festival goers go to see, I guess.
It's true. God.
You okay?
I'm making a mess down here. I knocked some stuff over.
Okay.
Reason I knocked it over is because it's time for us to go to Dig of the Week.
Okay.
There ain't no sense in
We can do that.
there ain't no sense in just wasting time. We're gonna go into it right now.
Come up with a song for Dig of the Week.
Play it, Steve.
Dig of the Week. Dig of the Week. Dig of the Week. Dig of the Week.
Okay. Went right into it. You had a gig last week.
Yeah, it went really
how'd that
well.
go?
It went really well.
That's awesome.
We even did Achilles' Last Stand.
Really?
Yeah, that was one that was. I don't know if you know anything about Achilles' Last Stand, but it doesn't follow patterns. It doesn't
That's
follow.
my favorite Zeppelin song.
It's 12 verses of whatever, and it goes. I actually used my skills as former drum major.
Yeah.
To get us through this, because I had cymbals. There's a part in the song which like na 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 na. I call that crazy, so I put up a C for crazy. And if it's like there's this ba 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 ba, but that's the ladder. So I give them the L for ladder.
Following it up. You're walking it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's the parts like I call that bolero. So I give them a little B action.
Okay.
So I'm like B. So we actually made it through. The guitarist got a little lost at one point, but we actually trotted through. But great gig. This was a club we were hoping would be a good place we could go back to and not have to go find places to play.
Sure.
So she gets up during the break. Our first set, by the way, was 2 hours long.
Wow. You said you were only going to do 2 sets this time, right?
2 sets, but the first set was 2 hours long. So it's like, holy crap. Anyway, she gets up, the club owner gets up during the break, says, it's great to have Leadneck back here. We love having you guys. Everybody come back next week for a chicken stew. Oh, and by the way, it's our last Saturday. We're closing the club after that. So we're back to square one. But it was really fun.
But
Really
it was a good gig overall.
Oh, hell, it was a great gig.
All right.
I'm sad I didn't record it because I like to record.
We
our
played
shows.
some clips, and I told everybody last week, it's like, oh, I'm going, and then I like had a driver and got all effed, and then
I don't expect folks from other towns to come see us because you got to fucking drive. And I'll tell you, in King,
No,
that's
I
where
do
we
ahead of
play.
time.
The cops are terrible in King.
Really?
They are. They're ready.
Well, that's why I
they're ready
like-
and waiting at the end of the night to just nail people.
I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and so I had a driver and coming. And
That
I'm
was
like,
a good game.
Yeah, I'm like, when the game starts, we'll take off, we'll go there, then it's a sports bar, so we'll watch the game, we'll hear Steve, and da-da-da. So the ride was late, and then, like, I'm already effed up, and then the game's on, and the game was, like, deep to where it was, like, tight.
Yeah, you don't want to leave.
I'm like, I don't want to leave now. I
No
don't want to
way.
be on. I don't want to be on the hour
And then
drive
you
and move.
Then you
and-
get kind of dicked on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
Yeah, it was a raw deal.
Anyway.
But anyhow, good show.
Dig of the week.
You dig of the week. Start us off. What you got?
What I don't know. What do I got?
I'm gonna pull myself up.
Actually, let's talk about a little something. It was kind of what we. It was
you played earlier.
It was built into what we played.
Yeah.
I just happened to find while I was out some Kate Bush records. And
Okay.
and the reason we played Kate Bush tonight, and I don't know if it's a grown man record now. I feel weird playing Kate Bush because it's such a woman's
it's good
world
record,
kind of
though.
thing. She's a weird one. I mean, Kate Bush to me is like the Stevie Nicks of England with Laurie Anderson thrown in for good measure.
Can see that, and that's
There's
a great.
a weird kind of almost like a kind of witchy kind of thing going on there.
Witch a woman.
And Babushka is actually, I think, about a Russian witch or something. I don't know. I'm wrong. Anyway, this album here, I picked it up tonight, actually.
Tonight.
Introduced me to Kate Bush. This is the whole story from '86, and it's a compilation. It's a great compilation. And the reason I'm really excited about Kate Bush right now, she just finished playing 22 sold-out shows in England.
Really?
Yeah. She just finished this not a tour. She played one theater and sold out 22 shows.
Wow.
And the cool thing about this is playing those shows, 8 of her albums are back on the UK top 50 albums
That's crazy.
in the charts. So she's now, people are rediscovering Kate Bush in England.
Sure.
She never made it over here. One reason she didn't make it over here, she doesn't fly.
Okay.
So she's not coming over here.
Like
unless-
John Madden.
like John Madden, she won't fly.
You get a bus and you a video game.
A bus ain't gonna get you here from
a video
England.
game bus. Michael Vick.
But I love Kate Bush. I discovered her in college. I think one of my girlfriends was into Kate Bush, and you know the rest is history. Yeah.
Hear that story.
Oh, but I happen to have an album from '80. This is in my. I was actually going to bring and play this. This is the Sensual World. This came out in '89, and it's actually the highest selling Kate Bush LP in the U.S.
So you got how many altogether?
I've only got 3, and I got
3.
two of them tonight.
Oh, wow.
And the cool thing about that, I know for a fact that David Gilmour plays guitar on the Sensual World,
Really?
which is cool.
That's really
But
cool.
it's not her best, but it's the highest selling in England. And in my opinion, it's the highest selling album in the U.S. because of the whole story, which is the one that came out in '86, the compilation that we all discovered.
Yeah.
That's how we discovered Kate Bush. I have one other that I picked up tonight, which is Lionheart. And I think it's kind of a cool picture of her on the back cover, her doing a little, dressed up like a little lion girl there.
Hoochie Mama.
Yeah.
Hoochie Mama.
That album, Lionheart, came out in '78. It's on Harvest Records, the same label
Oh,
as
yeah.
some of those Floyd albums.
The Floyd albums, Bebop, that Bebop Deluxe that John just sent us.
Yeah,
That's on Harvest as
I'll
well.
toss it to you.
You tossing it over? I also picked up this week. This is Nectar. This is the 6th Nectar album from '75. You have this, Steve.
Well, Nectar's recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a concept album addressing the band's members' concerns about the environment.
Oh, let's save it.
That's what they say.
Got a cause.
Songs on side 1 tell the tale of a nightmarish future in which only recycled energy remains. What the hell does that mean? Recycled energy, bro.
Like shit.
All right. If you want to live off of my shit, live off my shit. If I want to live off your shit, I'll probably live off your shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
Side 2 revolves around more of a present-day concerns about tourism.
I do like Nectar.
Untouched
About
wilderness.
tourism. What? Where are they going with this?
Tourism.
It's not their best album. I mean, I don't know that. I don't.
What's that word?
Despoiling?
Despoiling untouched wilderness. Tourism. Doing that to wilderness.
It's like going into the great Smoky Mountains.
Untouched
and messing it
areas
up.
and messing it up because it's
Yeah.
a tourist spot.
I mean, the best parts of the earth have never been seen, basically.
That's a great record.
If they've been seen, they've been ruined.
That's a fantastic record.
Okay.
That's a ridiculous premise.
It's a good record.
That's a ridiculous premise.
It's not, what's that one, The Future? Remember the Future?
Remember the Future?
I
Jonathan
love
said
that.
that's
He
not
says
his
that's
favorite.
not their best. We haven't seen their best. Because
No.
they're hard to
That's
find.
my
Nectar albums are hard to
third or fourth Nectar album.
find. I do like Nectar.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. Even they were like, oh, that's not the best record. That's still a great record in terms of a global record area.
Hey, you know, there's something I forgot to tell you about Kate Bush.
Tell me about her Bush, Steve.
The release of these 8 albums that ends up on the charts has put her in England, I don't know the U.S., it's put her behind Elvis and the Beatles.
Wow.
With consecutive albums on the charts at one time. Elvis had 12 at one time. The Beatles had 11.
UK, you mean?
Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah.
And then Kate Bush now has 8 on the UK.
What was the last album?
I don't know.
She's still alive?
She's still alive?
Yeah.
She just did 22 sold-out shows.
She's like
Yeah, I hope she's alive.
It could be a tour at Bernie's.
I would love to see her, but I'd have to go to England to see her probably. So.
Kate Bush.
The only time I've ever traveled across the seas to see Bush is.
Whoa.
Okay, I picked this record up for $1. I don't know why.
Because of the name?
Spliff. Lord of mercy. Right near the beach. Bye!
The cool thing about this, it's in total German.
Total German.
It's for 1790 Deutschmarks.
The hype sticker is even in German. 1790 Deutschmarks. This is Spliff Schwarz auf Weiß.
I mean, that's close to 18 Deutschmarks.
Something on white?
Schwarz auf Weiß. Yeah.
Something on
Sorry,
white.
guys.
Something on white.
Schwarz bumps and Muse.
Weiss?
Your dick is white dick.
I call
Schwanz. Oh, that's
Peter
Schwanz.
Chris?
That's Schwanz, not Schwartz.
everything's in German. It's pressed in Holland, printed in Holland. It
You got it
says
for $1?
84
It's kind of like a poppy craft work.
poppy craft work in mid 80s. And I'll say,
Because they're German.
what did I say? This guy in the gatefold.
Is that Peter Chris, third from
You
the
say the gay fold?
No, the gatefold. Open that gatefold.
Gatefold?
Spliff!
No, it's
I think you should play some Spliff a little later
it's
on.
Looks like Scorpions.
No.
Let me
what's,
see that.
Rolling
That's
Stones.
Peter Chris right there.
Rolling Stones.
Oh, Mick Jagger.
That's Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Show that. Here we go, Jay. Show that again. Show this guy.
It's Mick Jagger, man.
That's Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger from Spliff.
That's Mick Jagger. Auf Deutsch, bitte.
I actually, we listened to it at the place. It's not bad.
It's not bad for $1.
It's got a. Let me run through a couple more.
It leaves
before
me
you-
wondering,
before
wo
you
ist der
play out.
Hund, bitte?
Wo ist der Hund? Wo ist das Stachel? Wo ist der Hund? Wo ist das Stick? Okay, anyway, I picked up a Steppenwolf
Chrissy's.
album. This is Steppenwolf for ladies only.
I don't.
And I'll
Is
tell
it
you
really-
why. I'll tell you why it's
it
for
really for
ladies.
ladies
This is
only?
1971 on the ABC Dunhill label. You
Uh-huh,
see a lot
sure.
of there. It's very Steppenwolf. There's not a hit on here, so. But the cool thing about this Steppenwolf album is
I'd probably like it more than it's
it's
not. there's no
definitely the
hits.
gatefold. So open up the gatefold and show the world.
All right. Everybody calm down.
That car is
All
the
right.
There's a cop car in front of a cock car.
All right. Let's everybody take it easy.
I don't know what the story is behind that.
Let's everybody
But it's
take
actually a pretty good album. It's very Steppenwolf, like I said. You know, John Kay, I think, is the singer.
very grimy.
Very grimy.
I love Steppenwolf, man.
Steppenwolf's a dirty, dirty band.
Man, you know, before we get into this this last couple that I've got. How many you got? You
I
some more?
got 3 more, so let me do one more here.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Let me do one more here. And then on the cleaner side, how about a little Van Halen,
Oh,
1984?
Best cover
It's
of
on.
all time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
it is. I love this album. This album to me is my freshman year of college. I think it came out in '83 actually.
Came out in December
84.
83.
Thank you for clarifying that.
But for me, it's the first time as I'm 37, getting ready to be 38. The first time I ever heard Van Halen was the video for "Jump" off
Yeah.
of '84.
MTV after
And then I read
MTV
later.
so much.
I read later that, and I always think of this when I see this cover for '84, is Eddie Van Halen cut his hand or his thumb really bad. And he was sitting there, and I think his mom was like getting in the car. They're going to the restaurant
Restaurant.
to eat his thumb. No, they're waiting on the ambulance or his mom to take him to the hospital
I think
area.
this was supposed to be $19. It was only $9.
Yeah, I told you. And then, but while they were waiting on the ambulance or whatever, and his thumb was cut, Eddie Van Halen's daddy brought him his first shot of whiskey and his first cigarette, and was like, "Here, take this shot, smoke this cigarette, calm down for a few seconds,
Got him hooked.
wait for the ambulance." And that's the first time he remembers like being like, "Oh man, this feels good," you know?
Reminds you of your dad.
That was
Yeah. So when I see that covered, that's what I think
that
of.
was they debuted that on New Year's Eve 1983.
Nude years.
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do one more, Steve.
I'll do one more. How about one? We actually played this. We played this record earlier, and this was a big surprise of the night, I think, for
Yeah.
all of us. I picked this up tonight, actually, before I came over here, and I saw it, and I was like, I gotta get this. I don't know much. I don't know anything about this guy. But
Yeah.
this is Montgomery. It's called Bass Odyssey. I was able to do a little bit of research on Montgomery. Montgomery happens to be the older brother of Wes Montgomery.
Really?
Yeah. And they say he's perhaps the first electric bass player in jazz.
Really?
He introduced the Fender Precision bass in '51 in some jazz music. But his signature was the Fender Jazz bass, of course. He played with Lionel Hampton in '51 to '53.
This record is fantastic.
And yeah, this record's out there. This is 1968 on Ode Records. No, I'm sorry. This is on a weird label. What was that called? Look at the back of that, or front of it. I forget the record, the label it's on. Shisa, yeah. And read that last line. It says, "This album to be played for best results. This record should be played."
You're telling me.
And he also played with Kenny Burrell, Art Farmer, Eddie Harris, and Lionel Hampton. I mean, this guy is total grown man record night.
I knew a
And
guy, Rick Farmer.
I didn't know him.
No, I didn't know this guy at all.
You learned something, you know.
This record was fantastic. We
Yeah.
listened to that one side.
Yeah.
Blew me away.
Yeah.
It takes, for a jazz record to blow
Didn't
me
you
away.
say one of those riffs sound a little Nirvana-ish?
Is that what I said?
Said,
Anesthesia, Metallica.
Metallic.
Of all things on this. It was, I immediately was like, holy crap, this sounds like Anesthesia. And what year is that? What year was that?
On the Verve, right? Anesthesia?
No.
Oh, this one. 68.
68. And literally, there was
Yeah.
parts of that really, really sounded like Anesthesia.
Yeah.
I mean,
Real happy to
Come
get
on.
that.
okay. So I went digging this week. We got us a hot dog and went digging.
We
I
went
got
to Kermit's and got a pimento cheese slaw.
Woo!
Yeah.
Before I get stupid, let's take this business here.
Oh,
Little
God.
Zambuca.
Again? Did we
Yeah.
do this already?
We already did, but there's I got a couple of great records to show here. So, who doesn't love Where the Sidewalk Ends by Silverstein? Woo!
Or
Oh, Lord of mercy.
the one tree?
Shel Silverstein one of
The
the great,
Missing Piece.
yeah, one of the great authors of our time.
He's written some. I mean, for children's stories, some of them are kind of out there. They're kind of weird. They're kind
Sure.
of weird in a little way.
I put him in that Jim Henson vein, who's
Yeah.
one of my heroes.
Very creative type.
sure.
A very creative type.
And so I went into the record store and I picked
But
this
he was a
up.
musician.
He was also a musician. And I've seen this in the VC, and I picked this up. Shel Silverstein, Drain My Brain, Cadet Records, 1967 mono copy.
When we listen to that,
Yeah, we're going to listen to this shortly. Included such ditties as Hoodoo Voodoo Lady and the Grizzly Bear. Band on the album is Shel Silverstein, Peter Corsi, Bryce Robinson, Louis Satterfield. He wrote some tracks. He wrote the song Boy Named Sue for
Really?
Johnny
are
Cash.
you serious?
Yeah.
You're making that up.
No, he totally did.
So Johnny Cash was never named Sue by his dad.
No,
Is what you're telling me.
exactly.
Oh wow, my bubbles burst.
Yeah, but this is you know, I can't wait to hear this. I've heard little digital versions of this, and it's
Yeah.
kind of
Kind of fruity. Storyteller.
Sesame Street acid,
Okay,
folky, psyche,
Okay.
country
I
world
can get down with that.
kind of stuff. And I looked it up when I was adding it to my Discogs list. There's not another one on sale on Discogs,
Okay.
that pressing. The mono pressing.
Good for you.
He said it's got a little kachonga on it.
I'm mad because I saw that and I didn't even look at it.
I knew to at least listen to it because I knew,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I knew it's one of those that, like, even if I didn't like it the mostest, I could probably also easily get rid of it for what I paid for it, for sure.
Right.
Even because I know Jonathan at Underdog, when he says this, is like, oh, it's VG minus, there's some stuff, I don't know. And I put it on, it's always dope. He says VG minus. When he says VG plus, it's probably near mint. And this one was like, oh, there's a couple of places, but it totally plays through it.
You think he's underselling his coverage?
Yeah, totally. Because when I looked at this, there's one little place, and the record doesn't really play through that. I mean, it's, dude, for something from '67, I wouldn't even consider it. And I'll get more to the way he grades records here in just a second. Let's hit this off.
Okay.
Hit this off.
The
Nick.
last one I want to talk about that I picked up the other day at Jonathan's place is Fleetwood Mac's Kiln House.
Oh yeah.
This is from 1970. The lineup is Danny Kerwin, of course, Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, Jeremy Spencer on guitar, vocals, and piano.
Yeah.
Doesn't have Peter Green. I think he maybe already left by now.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
so.
know. It's bluesy at times. It's country at times. The cool thing about this also is a young lady, Christine McVie, does the cover design on this
Okay.
record. So
As long as she doesn't
if you
sing.
if you can show that, you know, she's a
I
good singer.
know.
Good
I
singer.
know.
They're coming to our area, and I don't think she,
Yeah.
did it.
No. All right, I got one more record to talk about in Dig of the Week, and I'm really stoked to pick this up. This is my big ticket item for the week. It's the coup de grace. Weasels Rip My Flesh. Are you kidding me? This fills a hole in my Mothers of Invention collection. Look at this cover. I'm going to pull this out, Jay, so that we don't have to look at this. Here we go. Look at this cover. One of the best covers ever. It's an album by the Mothers of Invention released in 1970. It's the second posthumous Mothers album after the band disbanded in '69. Preceded Burnt Winnie Sandwich. Consisted of live recordings and features more improvisation, it
Was
says.
it a compilation
Yeah, from the
of
stuff.
the early stuff?
Yeah, the early stuff. Well, there wasn't a whole lot, really.
No.
The layered drum passage, some 340 to 440, and Did You Get Any On Ya? Is the first track, Weasels Rip My Flesh, can be heard in its infancy as the backing track to The Blimp on the Frank Zappa produced Trout Mask Replica
Oh.
Captain Beefheart record.
Captain Beefheart.
Yeah, So that drum track ends up being on that record. That's pretty cool.
That's way before sampling and hip hop.
Yeah. The work by members of the Mothers was resident on tape, on a tape channel when Zappa used the tape to capture the field recordings on the Blimp's lyrics, which were read over a telephone to him in the studio. Zappa's comments can be heard at the end of the Blimp. It's crazy. Cray. So I've not really listened to this.
No?
Except for digitally. I can't wait to put this on because this, also from Jonathan, he says it's near mint with a great cover. If Jonathan says near mint, I've seen that 3 times. If he says near mint, he mother effing means it.
Yeah.
His VG pluses are mint all day long on Discogs. You know how everybody's got a near mint copy of something on Discogs. And it's always like, at best, VG plus. If he puts it on there, dude, he means it. And I mean means it +5 because he doesn't want to look like an asshole.
Right.
Which I appreciate. So I know when he says VG plus, I mean like, oh, that's close to near mint.
Right.
When he says near mint, that means like nobody's played this album. So I'm really stoked to put this Mothers of Invention, Weasel's Ripped My Flesh on. And that's the last record.
Woo!
Last record. Woo! For our Dig of the Week. Yeah, we got 40s going. We got Sambuca going. This is a crazy night. I tell you what, got a little new thing to talk about this evening. And I will say, just off the top, there's a possibility. Everybody knows that Mitchum has been our sponsor for a good long time. It's a good product, and everybody knows Mitchum. But we have a potential new sponsor tonight, and we're going to see how it goes. And I just want to kind of float it out there. Steve, how much are you paying for your long distance nowadays?
I'm paying way too much.
Too much for your long distance?
$200 a week.
It's racking itself up. So if there was a better way for you to pay for your long distance, you would be open to the idea of listening to a new way to do that. Right?
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. So you would be interested in listening to a new way of saving money on long distance. I want to introduce everybody to a service tonight. And the service is 10-10-3-2-1.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A new service?
A new service.
10-10-3-2-1.
10-10-3-2-1. If you need to make a collect call, 10-10-3-2-1 is typically only 10 cents a minute. And you can just go forever and talk to all your friends across the country. You know, you don't have to switch phone companies. There's no sign up, no monthly plan fees, no minimum.
Are you guys a sponsor now?
It's possible. There's no per call connection fee for U.S. calls. It's just domestic rates. Global calls, I mean, you're going to want to check international rates, the international rate page. So you're going to go dial 10-10-3-2-1 +1 plus the area code plus the number, and that will give you the best rate for your long distance calls. Now, we will introduce at certain times, there's also a service from the same company called 10-10-220. Now, 10-10-220 is a flat rate, 99
flat. Who wants flat?
99 cents up to 20 minutes. So we'll get into this a little later. There's one plan that's going to work for you better, 10-10-3-2-1, which is 10 cents a minute roughly, or 10-10-220, which is 99 cents for up to 20 minutes, and then, you know, whatever beyond that. So I don't know. So I tell you what, it's possibly a new sponsor for us. They seem like a couple of great companies that are also the same company. So we'll be right back here on Crawlman Record Night, and we'll talk about what more these companies can do for you as I've clicked on the wrong graphic. We'll be right back on Grown Man Record Night.
Since you and my little girl are moving away, there's one thing you need to know. 10-10-3-2-1.
You think she'll call her mother a lot?
Yes, and hopefully her father, too. But you'll be glad that 10-10-3-2-1 saves you big time on your phone bill.
Will they talk long?
That's the beauty part. It doesn't matter. 10-10-3-2-1 saves you 50% on every call over 20 minutes.
50%, that's big.
That's huge. So those half-hour talks with her mom are going to cost you a lot less.
Dad, are you giving away the family secret?
I gave him the best one I have.
Dial 10-10-321 to save.
Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Home is full of lots of things that children shouldn't touch. Home is full of bad things that can hurt you very much. Now there's a man whose face is green that you ought to get to know. He'll warn you when danger's coming fast or slow. Get to know his face in every single place. When you see it, you'll know quick. Things marked yuck make you sick. Sick, sick, sick. Sick, sick, sick. Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Okay, back live, in tune, on time, and in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a possible new sponsor in 10-10-3-2-1 and
We'll see how that works.
10-10-2-20.
We'll see how that pans out.
One of those will probably work for you. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We got some more about 10-10-3-2-1, 10-10-2-20 coming
Contact
up.
Mikey Bananas if you want more information.
If you need more information, hit us up, and we'll be more than happy to lead you in the right direction
him-
to see what a long-distance
Give
plan
him your
is going to
social
work for
security
you.
number, and he'll find the right plan for you.
You give me a social, your cell, your address,
Your routing number.
where your children go to school. We'll figure out what the best plan for you is. And in terms of face babies,
No.
no? Okay, let's do us a soda speak. What the hell we got going on for soda speak? I don't even know tonight. What the hell is this? God, I just threw up in my mouth. Okay.
Something from apparently from what?
What is this? What is this? World Market. Blood orange soda. You kidding me? The girlfriend hooked us up with this.
Apparently it's from World Market.
World Market? I don't know. Blood orange, 12% blood orange juice, which tells me it's going to be like the San Pellegrino that we've had, the blood
Yeah.
orange. It's from Italy. So there's a connection. We've had the Zambuca. We've had the blood orange soda. A bibbidi boopy. A babidi beepy. Let's see what this tastes like. I'm going to curl it up for you.
There's some big fans of the Carl maneuver.
Jesus, that's really good. That'd be good with that. Nope. No. That's
I don't know.
It's the Latter-day Saints.
You're crossing the streams.
No, that's not happening without us doing this.
I don't want that much.
Yes, you do.
I don't want that much. No.
Steve? Steve?
I don't know about mixing these. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna mix them. This is gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Switch them to mix them.
We're all losing.
Now, in Greece, they would put water in their
Ouzo.
and it kind of turns milky white.
It's called the Ouzo effect.
This looks kind of like elephant semen.
All right. Pink elephant semen. So if you're drunk. Oh, how is that bad? It's just sticky. That's my only beef with Zambuca and Ouzo. It leaves your tips sticky. That's a great soda, though.
That's good.
Did we show this guy off? Jay? Shit! Come on, Blue.
How about the Royals tonight?
The Royals took a 2-1 lead in the World Series.
Yeah.
That's good.
What are the chances, Jay, that they will win the World Series?
71%.
Jay says 71% now that they will win the World Series.
That's good stuff. Oh, it's hard going in that sticky. That's the only problem with Zambuca.
It's very sticky. It's
So
very
sticky.
syrupy.
It's syrupy.
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 You put it on your pancakes? Can you put that on your pancakes?
There's a possibility that I would. So we're just gonna
A
go
possibility.
to leave that sweet, sticky thing. We're gonna go right into a chip chat.
A chip chat.
And the way to do this chip chat is I'm gonna go ahead and open these because it's a chip that we've done here on the program.
So it's like an OB special.
An OBS open bag special is a sriracha. It's so good that we've got another bag, and it's the Kettle brand sriracha chips.
Sriracha?
Yeah, these are terrific. It's a kettle type chip with the sriracha flavoring.
Okay, I do love the sriracha flavor. It's kind of a popular thing these days.
Yeah.
I think they were allowed to keep their plant open in California. They were killing people with their odor.
Yeah, it was leaking over and people were having a
Well,
problem with it.
burning their eyes and killing their pets.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, we like your money, so please stay in our town.
Oh. These are great. We've done them on the program, but here as we've had our second bag, don't sleep on these for sure. That's a bag of chips you're going to want to pick up. The biggest thing we're going to want to mention on Chip Chat tonight,
Chip news.
the biggest chip news of the week.
Who won?
Wanted to mention that Monego Springer Macbeth, a nurse from New Jersey, suggested the sushi-inspired flavor, which is the wasabi ginger Lay's, and it's the one that won the $1 million.
Talking about Lay's chips, that contest we had.
Yeah.
We had it.
It was our shit.
We tried them all. We hated all of them except for one. The one that won. Right?
The one that won?
That mango salsa was like fucking a cup of fruit salad or something.
It tastes like fruit salad. I didn't care for
The
it.
espresso is really good.
The cappuccino.
You like those?
I think that one actually did well though. There was some news about
They're
that.
still the cappuccino chips are still in there that I've not been able to
to finish. Can't finish them.
I can't give them away. I can't finish them because I had damn.
You know what? This chip chat. I gotta say this.
Yeah?
I'm looking over here to my right where some of the chips to be eaten are.
Yeah.
And to the left where the chips chosen to be eaten are. It's become all about potato chips.
Right.
I think there's more potato chips out there than anything.
Sure.
Corn chips. Corn chips are a distant second to potato chips. So as we go on, we're just doing potato chips because we've done everything else.
Personally, I do whatever comes to me. Stand by.
Okay.
Here's our winner. That's our winner and our winner chip from Lay's.
What did she win, John Pardo?
She says she suggested the sushi-inspired flavor. Said reminded her of her cooking with her Japanese grandmother. She looks like an African-American lady to me, but that's all right.
That's cool.
That's
what the Army's all about.
She was expected to be notified Monday night of her win and the grand prize of $1 million.
Oh.
Or 1% of the chip sales over the next year, whichever is larger.
Oh.
I'll take the $1 million.
Company began the flavor contest in the UK under the Walker's brand, the AP reported. Now 15 countries participate, and the winners have included shrimp in Egypt and Sunday roast in New Zealand, which could be really good. The other finalists of the three, including the cappuccino chip, which we talked about earlier, will still receive $50,000.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's still
no
good.
chump change.
But hey, the wasabi ginger is the chip we recommended
We
here
did. That
on
was
Chip
the one
Chap.
we picked as the best one.
I thought the cheeseburger, the macaroni,
cheese.
the bacon mac and cheese was going to be the best. It was not.
It was not. It was
wasabi ginger.
Speaking of bacon mac and cheese, have you seen that bacon bowl ad?
Yeah.
Where they have the mac and cheese inside the bacon bowl?
Yeah.
Doesn't that look delicious, dude?
It does.
Of course it does. Steve, tell what's going on here. What are these two things?
Oh, after the gig Saturday, I actually went into a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Did you have to go to a different state?
7-Eleven.
There aren't many 7-Elevens around
No,
here.
not at all.
And they have their own chips. They're called 7 Select.
Okay.
I picked up a couple bags. I got the Carolina-style barbecue and the Memphis-style barbecue, and I thought it might be interesting if we try them both and decide what the hell's going on here between Memphis
Okay.
and Carolina.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
You open the Carolina, I'll
Okay.
open the Memphis.
So I got the Carolinas.
You got the Carolinas.
Carolinas, I expect to be more of a mix between barbecue and
And I expect the
salt
Memphis
and
to be
vinegar.
a darker kind of molasses base, don't you?
Unique, not anything like any chip I've ever had. I don't know if I necessarily like it or don't like it, but
Okay.
it's different.
I can taste the smokiness.
Just switch.
Okay.
Taste that,
Yeah.
Steve. Yeah. I think both are weird and different
Are they different from each other?
from each other and from chips.
I gotta
that
clear my palate. No.
Wow.
Oh, they're different.
Both of them. From each
I-
other and from the normal chips
I
we do
didn't
here on
expect-
Grown Man Record Night.
I didn't expect that.
Great stuff.
Not bad at all.
That's good time business.
It's a barbecue, but it's not the same barbecue you've had before.
No. On both of them.
So go find you a 7-Eleven.
You go find you a 7-Eleven, Steve.
They're out of Texas, by the way.
Of course they are. You can go to Facebook and look about it. You can go to YouTube and look about it. You can go to your uncle's own Facebook and look about it.
I think I like the Memphis better.
You really? You like the Memphis? I maybe kind of like the Carolina. I like that vinegar.
You say potato, I say potato.
I don't know nothing. Hey, thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. Be sure to join us next week for the Halloween special. We're flipping desk over. We're making mean. We're going to play metal records and effing scary
There's
records.
going to be blood pouring off the walls.
Steve and I are going to dress up. Some other people are going to dress up. We're going to have a costume party. It's going to be crazy. Don't miss next week's Grown Man Record Night. Yeah, I know it's Friday nights. People go out and actually do things on Friday night.
But
Not everybody sits in their basement and listens to record music programs on the
I think
internet.
most of y'all will be home by like 11:30.
Yeah, man. You get your kids some candy. You get yourself a couple of beers and party favors. And you come back and you watch the Grown Men Record Night program. If you don't, you get punched in the throat by me because I'll show up at your door. Ding dong. Bam. Right there. That's what'll happen. Don't let that happen. A good throat puncher. So you're going to want to watch the program instead. Don't get punched in the throat. Watch Grown Men Record Night. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you next week. We love you.
Ah.
We love you. We love you. We love you. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week here on Grown Men Record Night.
Thank you.